Hello, everyone. I welcome you all in this session of software engineering. Uh, in this session, we will continue with software product and its type. We will discuss about essential characteristics of well-engineered software product. We will discuss software product engineering and process and its characteristics. Then we will discuss about software engineer and his skills, required skills. Uh, then we will discuss about code of ethics for software engineers, and lastly we will discuss about a relationship of software engineering to other areas. And this is all about and with this last topic we will conclude the historical evolution of software engineering. Let us start with the first point of today's lecture, which is software product and its type. As you all know that software products are nothing but software systems delivered to customer with the documentation that describes how to install and how to use the system. In certain cases, software products may be uh, part of system products where hardware as well as software is delivered to a customer. There are basically two types of we can say software product. You can categorize software product in two categories, two broad categories. First is generic products and second is customized products. Let us discuss one generic about generic product. These are standalone systems that are produced by a development organization and sold on the open market to any customer who is able to buy them. So generic products are produced by a development organization and sold in the open market. Okay, it is not customized. Then second is customized products. These are systems that are commissioned by a particular customer. It is it is developed for particular customer or particular organization or particular domain. Some contractors develop the software for that customer. So when you are developing software with the uh, uh, in a customized manner, you can say you can call it as a customized product. Okay, so there are basically two types of software products. First is generic, which is open for all, and second is customized. When user need is something else than the generic software or common software, then you have to customize the software. You can build your software, you can develop your software as per the user needs or users modified demand. Okay, so you can call it as a generic customized products. Now we will discuss about the essential characteristics of well engineered software product. Software engineering is not just about producing software products, but it involves producing software products in cost effective manner. Okay, software engineering is aimed to produce quality software. So uh, it is the major aim and objective of software engineering to produce software in a cost effective manner. Also, a well engineered software product should possess some essential characteristics like efficiency, maintainability, dependability, dependability, usability, on time delivery within the budget, functionality, and adaptability. So, let us discuss all these characteristics one by one. Efficiency means software should not make wasteful use of system resources such as memory and processor cycles. So, when your software is utilizing your memory, utilizing your processor time, then it is comes under the efficiency criteria. Okay, efficiency characteristic. We can say it, such softwares as a efficient software. Second thing is maintainability. It should be possible to evolve software to meet the changing requirements of the customer. If it is customized, if you are going to develop a software in a customized manner, or it is if it is further uh, updatable as per the client's requirement, it is called as maintainable software. Okay. Next characteristic is dependability. It is the ability basically of the software that should not cause any physical or economic damage in the event of system failure. Okay, and it includes a range of characteristics such as you can say reliability is uh, one of character, security and safety is another character, and it make collaboratively make the dependability. Okay. Next characteristic is usability. Software should have a appropriate user interface and uh, proper documentation. So software should be uh, software should have a proper documentation. Okay. So uh, so that we can use it properly, so that user can use it properly. You when anyone have user have some difficulty to use the software, and appropriate documentation is available, then he can easily use the software as per his requirement. Then on time means software should be developed well in time. If it is not developed in time, then what will happen? The cost will increase. Okay. The next characteristic of essential characteristic of well engineered software product is within the budget. Means the software development costs should not overrun, and it should be within the budgetary limits. Okay. So uh, software, it is a essential characteristic that you can make software within the given budget limits. Functionality means the software system should exhibit the proper functionality. Functionality means it should perform all the functions it is supposed to perform. Is called the functionality. Okay. So software should be proper, should have proper functionality. Adaptability means what? The software system should have the ability of getting adopted to a reasonable extent with the changing environment. Adaptability means what? As per the changing requirement, the software, there is a possibility to change. If there is a possibility to change in the software as per the changing requirement of uh, environment, we can say it as a adaptability. So software, these all are essential characteristics of well engineered software product. Now come to the next point, that is software product engineering. The purpose of software product engineering is to consistently perform a well-defined engineering process that integrate all the software engineering activities to produce correct, consistent software products effectively and efficiently. So there are two terms: effectively production and efficiently production. As I earlier said, that essential characteristics of software contains uh, all such uh, uh, terms like efficiency and uh, uh, effectiveness and correctness and consistency. Okay. So the purpose of software product engineering is to consistently perform a well-defined engineering process that integrates all the software engineering activities All the software engineering activities consist of what? Consist of development of software, analysis of software, designing of software, testing of software, maintenance of the software, implementation of the software. Okay, so these all are software engineering activities to produce correct, consistent software products effectively and efficiently. Software product engineering involves performing the engineering tasks to build and maintain the software using the project's defined software process and appropriate methods and tools also. So we can say that software product engineering consists of software engineering case tools. um, uh, there are so many tools which helps in the better performance, to achieve the better performance of software, to develop a better software. The software engineering task includes analyzing the system requirements allocated to software, developing the software requirements and developing the software architecture, designing the software, implementation of software in the code, and integrating the software components and testing also. Testing for what? Testing the software to verify that it satisfies the specified requirements. So these are the tasks of software engineering, and software engineering task includes various tasks like system requirement allocation to the software, like developing the software requirements, developing the software architecture, designing the software, implementation of the code, okay, integration of the components, and testing to verify whether the software is working properly or not. Documentation plays a major role in this regard. Documentation needed to perform the software engineering task. There are several types of documentation, like software requirement document is there, software design document is there, testing plan is there, and test procedures are there, and management planning is also there. So documentation needed to perform the software engineering task is developed the and review to ensure that each task addresses the results of pre procedures pre procedures task, and the result produces are appropriate for the subsequent task. Subsequent tasks are operations of the software and maintaining the software. Okay, when changes are approved, affected software work products, plans, commitments, processes, and activities are revised to reflect the appropriate and approved changes. So documentation is important, so the planning is important, so the conversion of ideas in the code is important. So everything is important, every step is important, every procedure is important in development of software as per suggested by the software engineering. Okay, so software product engineering is concerned with all these things which I elaborated here. Next point is software process and its characteristics. The software process is the set of activities and associated results that produce a software product. And software engineers mostly carried out these activities. What are these activities? These are the fundamental activities which software process possess, like software specification, software development, software validation, software evolution are the activities that a software process possess. Let us discuss each and every activity in very brief. First is software specification. The functionality of the software and constraints on its operation must be identified. Okay, so all operations, all the requirements, all the constraints are all the functionalities are is the part of software specification. Second thing is software development. The software must be developed that meets the specification. So when first activity performed well, then you should continue with the second activity, which is software development. Okay. The third activity is software validation. The software must be validated to ensure that it performs what the customers needs. If customer is not satisfied, then what is the purpose of to develop a software? So validation at the end of customer viewpoint and as per the requirements is done or not, is conducted or not, is performed or not, is very important. So software validation after the development is important activity. And last one is software evolution. The software must evolve to meet changing customer requirement. It is not limited in some boundaries. Software should not be limited in some boundaries. It is always, it should be always open for future development or further enhancement. Okay. So software evolution is must. Software must evolve to meet changing customer requirements. Now come to the characteristics. So these are the software process characteristics, like understandability, visibility, robustness, reliability, acceptability, maintainability, repeatability, and supportability. To what extent uh, understand, let us discuss uh, all these characteristics one by one. First is understandability, means to what extent is the process explicitly defined and how easy it is to understand the process definitions. It is called understandability. Visibility means do the process activities in clear results, accumulate in the clear results, so that the process is extremely visible. When process is extremely visible, when results are extremely visible, when activities are extremely visible, then you can say that software process is visible. Okay. Robustness, can the process continue in spite of unexpected problems, is the robustness. Uh, is the software is continue in the adverse conditions or unexpected problems with the processes continue in the unexpected problems situations. Okay. Which is called robustness. Then reliability, is the process designed in such a way that process errors are avoided or trapped before they result in product errors. So you can say that it is a reliability of software, that even though there are some errors present in the system, it it will continue, it will work continue. Okay. Next is acceptability, is the defined process acceptable to and usable by the engineers responsible for producing the software product, is called acceptability. Okay. Then what is maintainability? Can the process evolve to reflect changing organizational requirements or identified process improvements? It's called the maintainability. Rapidity means what? How fast can the process of delivering a system from a given specification to completed is called repeatability. And in the supportability, what comes, to what extent can case tools support the process activity? Case tools are used to support the to provide help to the system, so to the software development process. So is the support is available, is the case tools are helping to the in the development of software, it is important thing. Okay. So these are the software process activities. These are in a continuous manner. First activity is software specification. You have to develop the software specification or specify or identify the specification. Second is you should develop the software, then you should validate the software, and then make the software evolution. Okay. Then we had discussion about software process characteristics, and I elaborated all these characteristics of a software software process. Now come to the next point, that is software engineer and his skills. Who is software engineer? The basic question, who is software engineer? So the answer is, a software engineer is a person who applies a wide range of application development knowledge to the systematic development of application systems for organizations. Okay, software engineers jobs have uh, evolved in to include analysis, evolution, and selection, and use of a specific systematic approach to the development, operation, maintenance, and retirement of software. So we can say that software engineer is a person who is uh, who is attached with the software development activity from the first stage to the last stage. Okay. And everybody is not it is not possible for everyone to act as a software engineer. Software engineer possess some skills. Okay. These are some skills like software engineer must possess various kind of skills like general skills, programming skills, communication skills, and design skills. Okay. What comes under general skills? What comes under programming skills? What comes under communication skills? What comes under design skills? So let us discuss all such type of skills one by one. In the general skills, the software engineer must possess some general skills like interviewing skills. Why interviewing skills? To facilitate the acquisition of information. Okay. So if he is not able to conduct interviews, he is not a good software engineer. Also, group work skills is the another general skill, which including participation in meeting and the ability to work in a collaborative way. So group work is essential when you are developing a software project. You are working for a you lead a software project. It is essential to work in a uh, group. Group working is needed. So participation in meetings and ability to work in a collaborative manner is very much important skill. Then facilitation skill is also required in the case of software engineer as a general skill, such as ability to lead a group. If he is a leader, then uh, he possesses the facilitation skills also. Then negotiation skills is also uh, important. Negotiation skills means when we are making SRS, we are making software requirement specification. Negotiation is important. So he should possess negotiation skills to support consequences buildings. And analytical skill is another type of general skill, which is to support the analysis of an organizational situation prior to any proposal for solution. So analytical skill is required when we are working in a software, working for the development of large software system. Uh, and we know that there are many software development models available. Many tools are open tools are available in the environment. Then problem solving skills is analytical skills are required in a as a general skill of the software engineer. Then problem solving skills are also required as a general skill in the um, for the software engineers to support the uh, search for alternative solutions. So problem solving in any manner is an essential skill for a software engineer. When various alternatives, he should know all the alternatives, possible alternatives, available or alternatives for us for a problem. Okay. Then presentation skills are also as a general skill should be possessed uh, with software engineer, which includes the ability to write coherent documentation using word processors. Okay, so he should know how to present his work. So presentation skills are also required. Modeling skills are also required, including business modeling, process modeling, data modeling, and object modeling, using to variety of notations. So a work is done in various manners, various manner, and when we are using object oriented methodology, or we are using some procedural method of development. So modeling skills are also required, uh, being a software developer. Besides software engineering, engineers must have the capability and skills to respond to some questions like how to identify, evaluate, choose, and implement an appropriate methodology and case tools. How and when to use prototyping, how and when to select hardware, software, and languages, how to manage activities associated with configuration management, planning, and control of the development process, and how to select computer languages and develop computer programs, and how and which project testing techniques to apply. You should know how to choose and use software maintenance techniques, how to evaluate and decide when to retire applications. So these are the questions which the answer is depends on the general skills possessed by the software engineer. Okay, so these are some skills, general skills. Now we will discuss about the programming skills of software engineer. There are some programming skills. Software engineer must possess some programming skills, and skills mainly includes the knowledge of the data structure and algorithm. He should know the programming languages, conceptually concepts of programming languages, and he should have knowledge about tools, various tools, like he should knowledge about compilers, debuggers, and editors also. So that uh, uh, he can have he can produce appropriate result in the adverse situations also. Then communication skills are also required in the case of software engineer. Communication skills are quite important for software engineers, as they have to converse with a different type of persons at different times. So communication skills mainly includes some skills like spoken, written, and presentation skills, like teamwork skills, and like working with external people, like uh, you can say, for example, customers. Okay, so communication is skill is required. Communication is a skill is required when you are working with and dealing with external people. You are dealing with your teamwork, team members. And what kind of skills? Spoken, writing, and presentation skills a software engineer should possess. Okay, the third and last type of skills, which are software, which is mandatory to possess for a software engineer, is design skills. Software engineers must be a good designer, and he should be familiar with several approaches. He should be flexible and open to different application domains, and he should be able to shift between several levels of abstraction. Okay, like application domain and models, like requirements and the specification declarative models, architectural design, high level operation models, and detailed coding. So he should know how to design the system. He should know how to verify the designing of the system. So these are the he should be a good designer. And how he should be a good designer, how he should call himself as a good designer, when he is familiar with several approaches, when he is flexible, when he is open for different application domains, when he is able to shift between several levels of abstraction, then only he will be called as skilled designer and skilled software engineer. Okay, so these four types of skills are very much required for software engineer. If you have these type of skills, like general skills, like programming skills, communication skill, and designing skills, then only you will be able to act as a software engineer. Otherwise it is not possible. Okay, now the next topic is code of ethics for software engineer. Software engineers shall commit themselves to making the analysis, specification, design, development, testing, and maintenance of software a beneficial and respective profession. In accordance of the recommendations made by IEEE Joint Task Force on Software Engineering Ethics and Professional Practices, that is version 5.2, the software engineers shall possess the following 8 principles. First is public, second is client and employer, third is product, fourth is judgment, next is management, next is profession, next is colleagues, and last is self. Okay, so code for of ethics for software engineer. These are the code of ethics of software engineer. Public means software engineer shall act consistently with the public interest, which is the code of ethics for software engineer. He should work for the public interest. Then the second is client and employer. Software engineer shall act in a manner that is in the best interest of their client and employer, consistent with the public interest. So he should work for client, he should work for the best interest of his employer, he should work for the public interest. So these are three important code of ethics for a software engineer. Software engineers shall ensure that their product and related modifications meet the highest professional standard possible. So he should make the quality product. He should make a software with a highest quality standards. Okay, so he is responsible. He is having a code of ethics for regarding his the software project product. Okay, next is judgment. Software engineers shall maintain integrity and independence in their professional judgment. He should because he is sometimes he is a leader of the project, so he should maintain the integrity and independence in their professional judgment. Software engineering managers and leaders shall subscribe to and promote an ethical approach to the management of software development and maintenance. So, management in a ethical approach, management in a uh, better way is the another code of ethics for the uh, software engineer. Software engineer shall advance the integrity and reputation of the profession consisting with the public interest. So he should maintain the integrity. He is responsible to maintain the reputation of the organization, reputation of the profession. So he should not work in a lethargic way, in a carelessness way. Okay, so he should work for as a for the integrity, for the reputation of his profession, as well as profession and his organization also, and with the public interest. So public interest is the main thing. Next is colleagues. Software engineering engineers shall be fair to and supportive to their colleagues, because he is a person who want to he is a person who is responsible for the production of quality software. So and there are a lot of people working in a software project. So it is his responsibility to build, to work with a team spirit. So he shall be fair to and supportive to their colleague. Last one is self. Self means software engineer shall participate in lifelong learning, learning for himself, learning for to enhance his knowledge. Okay, so software engineers shall participate in lifelong learning regarding the practices of their profession and shall promote an ethical approach to the practice of the profession. So, if he is having knowledge, sufficient knowledge about the domain, working domain, if he is uh, learning, he is participating in the lifelong learning practices. He is adopting the learning practices in the lifelong uh, approach. So uh, through this, he will increase his knowledge. He will increase his knowledge is beneficial for the organization also, and his knowledge, his wisdom, his work for the betterment of the industry, software industry, and he will produce a quality software always. Okay, so this is all about code of ethics for software engineer. Then we will come to the next part, that is a relationship of software engineer in a relationship of software engineering to other areas. There are main four areas suggested by computer science. Software engineering has emerged as an important field within computer science, and there is a strong relationship between software engineering and many other areas of computer science. These are the main areas of computer science. First is operating system, second is backend, that is databases, third is artificial intelligence, which is nowadays very much prominent, and next is evergreen area, that is programming languages. So these areas both influence and get influenced by software engineering. We will discuss how operating system, what is the relationship between software engineering and operating system, how what is the relationship between databases and software engineering, artificial intelligence and software engineering, and programming language and software engineering. So let us discuss about operating system. The influence of operating system on software engineering is quite strong, primarily because operating systems were the first really large software systems built, and therefore they were the first software that needed to be engineered. So, the development of software engineering, the development of operating system is a large and complex activity, and it is closely, and operating system is a system programming which is responsible to the smooth functioning of the system. So, software engineering, there is a strong relationship between software engineering and operating system. Second one is database. Database represents another class of large software systems whose development has influenced software engineering through the discovery of new design techniques. Because backend design is always is also uh, um, important thing, which is to be which is to be discussed in the computer science essentially. So, software engineering, uh, database designing is the or database itself represents another class of large software systems whose development has influenced software engineering through the discovery of new design techniques, and perhaps the most important influence of the database field on software engineering is through the uh, notion of data indulgence, which is yet another instance of the separate specification from implementation. The database allow applications to be written that user data without worrying about the underlying representation of the data. In the database, representation of data is important. In the database, data appropriate storage of the data is important, and in the database, the connectivity between various types of data is important. So, one interesting influence of software engineering on database technology has its roots in early attempts to use databases to support software development environments. Another interesting impact of database technology on software engineering is that it allows database systems to use as component of large software systems. So in the previous time when database invented, when database designed first time, then it is needed to associate the database in the front end with the front end. So integration of the database with the front end or with the programming language is an essential and important thing. So uh, to resolve this type of problem of integration, software engineering came in existence. Okay, now the next thing is artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is another field that has exerted influence on software engineering. The techniques supported by artificial intelligence include the user of logic in both software specification and programming languages. Nowadays, we are working, we are having advanced ideas with us. We are making machines intelligent. We are making decision support systems. We are making expert systems. But without the help of software engineering, it is not possible. So this is a there is a strong relationship between software engineering and artificial intelligence. Last category is last relationship is programming language and software engineering. So programming languages are the we can say central tool used in software development. Programming languages are system programming. We can say system programs. Uh, and they are very much connected with the they are helpful tool, you can say. They are helpful tool in the software development. As a result, they give profound influence on how well we can achieve our software engineering goals. In turn, these goals influence the development of programming languages. The most notable example of the influence of in recent programming language is the support of modularity features such as separate and independent compilation and the separation of specification from implementation in order to support team development of large software. So supporting language supports uh, uh, the modularity feature is given by the uh, concept given by the software engineering itself. This is a step towards making it possible to build software uh, through the catalogs available components and combining them similar to the way hardware is built. So designing of object-oriented programming languages like C++ and Java is another major development for one purpose of rapid software development. So we can say that programming languages will help you in the development of software. They will provide you uh, uh, software engineering provides you the programming languages in a more convenient manner, and they will help you to and there is a strong connectivity and relationship between the programming languages and the software engineering. Okay, so this is all about the relationship of software engineering to the other areas. All these areas are very prominent and very effective areas which are closely related to the software engineering. Without software engineering, there is no hope to uh, further improvement in these areas. These are some reference books you can consult if you have any doubt in any topic. You can consult these books. These are the very prominent books. These are the very effective books. You can easily uh, find out uh, the solution of your doubts in this book. That's all for today. Thank you. Thank you very much.